To the main event, October 1920, World Series Baseball, Cleveland versus Brooklyn. A fresh matchup full of fresh faces. Game 1 opened in Cleveland on a crisp fall afternoon. The atmosphere electric. Cleveland's ace, Stan Coveleski, took the mound, and boy was he ready. Coveleski was a master of the spitball, legal at the time. He was even one of 17 pitchers allowed to keep using it after 1920, who got grandfathered in. With that darting, dipping pitch, he stifled the Robins lineup. Brooklyn's hitters couldn't do much, and Coveleski notched a complete game victory to give the Indians a 3-1 win in Game 1. The first World Series game in Cleveland history was a W for the home team, and the crowd went wild. Game 2 the next day saw Brooklyn strike back. Spitballer Burley Grimes, a tough right-hander with a mean glare. He'd actually keep chewing slippery elm and throwing spitters until they pried it from his hands years later, was on the hill for the Robins. Grimes was virtually unhittable that day. He tossed a shutout, and Brooklyn won 3-0 to even the series. Cleveland's bats went quiet, and suddenly the momentum shifted. The series was tied 1-1 as it headed east to Brooklyn. Over in Brooklyn for Game 3, the Robins kept the pressure on. A lefty named Sherry Smith pitched for Brooklyn and was excellent, allowing no earned runs. Cleveland's starter, Ray Caldwell, got roughed up early. A couple of miscues put him in a hole. Brooklyn edged out a 2-1 victory in Game 3, taking a 2-1 series lead. The folks at Ebbets Field, or rather the older park they were using, were ecstatic. Their Robins were up. Cleveland, down for the first time, felt the squeeze. But these Indians had resilience. Game 4 was pivotal, and back came Stan Coveleski for Cleveland. The man was as steady as an Ohio clock. Cleveland's bats woke up enough to grab an early lead, and Coveleski did the rest, locking down Brooklyn again. The Indians took Game 4 by a score of 5-1. That evened the series at 2-2. Now it was effectively a best of 5, with Cleveland carrying some fresh confidence. Now, Game 5. Game 5. If you're a baseball history buff, you know this one. October 10th, 1920. A date seared in World Series lore. This single game delivered more drama and improbable feats than some entire seasons. It was like the baseball gods said, let's give them a show they'll never forget. And they sure did. Picture Cleveland's League Park that Sunday. Over 27,000 fans packed in, tension and excitement bouncing off the brick walls. It's a bright afternoon. On the mound for Brooklyn is Burley Grimes again, trying to regain his Game 2 magic. For Cleveland, it's Big Jim Bagby, their workhorse, 31 wins in the regular season. The pennant flags are flapping. The crowd is roaring. The game begins, and almost immediately chaos ensues. The good kind of chaos, for Cleveland anyway. Bottom of the first inning, Cleveland comes out swinging. The Indians load the bases on a couple of hits and a bunt single by Tris Speaker, the skipper showing he can do it all. Up strides Elmer Smith, Cleveland's right fielder. Smith's a solid hitter, but no one expects what's coming. Grimes winds up, delivers, and crack. Elmer Smith crushes one deep to right field. It's high, it's deep, it's gone. A grand slam over the right field wall and on to Lexington Avenue. The first grand slam in World Series history. Fans are absolutely delirious, leaping to their feet. Cleveland takes a 4-0 lead in a blink. Elmer Smith just made history with one swing, and the hometown crowd is literally shaking the rafters. As one writer described, the roar didn't let up for the rest of the game. Cleveland had delivered an early gut punch to Brooklyn, and the poor Robins never recovered from that sonic boom. But hold on, Game 5's just getting started. Fast forward to the fourth inning. Cleveland's up 4-0. Jim Bagby, the pitcher, steps up to hit. Now, Bagby can handle the bat for a pitcher, but no one imagines he'll do much here. Brooklyn, hoping to turn a double play, even walks the batter intentionally to get to Bagby. Jim Bagby says, "All right, fellas, bad idea." Grimes throws. Crack. Bagby wallops a ball to deep right center. It's flying, and it clears the wall. A 3-run homer for Jim Bagby, the first home run ever hit by a pitcher in World Series play. Can you believe it? The fans couldn't. 7 runs on the board now, and Bagby just trotted around the bases to the astonishment of all. Even the normally stoic Tris Speaker was grinning ear to ear in the dugout. Cleveland now leads 7-0, and this game is firmly in their grip. So we've had a grand slam and a pitcher hitting a home run, 2 historic firsts. Surely that's enough for one game, right? Ha! The baseball gods weren't done yet. Top of the 5th inning, Brooklyn finally has a threat going. They get 2 men on base with nobody out, trying to claw back into the game. Cleveland's Jim Bagby is on the mound, a couple of runners aboard, and Brooklyn's Clarence Smith comes to the plate. Mitchell is also a pitcher. Brooklyn had put him in to relieve Grimes, but he can swing the bat decently. Bagby deals. Mitchell lines a shot towards second base, a solid crack.